people care too much. So what you gotta do, you can't stop caring, because if you don't care, you're not gonna wear clothes when you walk out the house. So you basically care what people think. Everybody cares what people think. It's just people care way too much. When you get to a point where I'm at, that you just don't give a fuck and you're just doing you, over time, you start to care less about things. Why was I even caring in the first place? You know what I mean? Over time, you start to care less, bro. You start to live your life and you just stop giving a fuck.
Welcome to the 10-Minute Podcast. Your host, Nate.
Yo, it's Jonas, you feel me? And today we're going to be talking about the art of not giving a fuck. You just don't give a fuck. It's that simple, bro. You don't give a fuck. The art of not giving a fuck. You do things you know you're doing without, the opinions of others. You're just living you're living your life. You're in your own space. You're in your own place. You're in your own word, doing your own thing. Not worrying about what this person got to say, what this person's saying, It's mostly just not caring and just doing what you're doing, you feel me? That's the main topic. That's the main key, you feel me?
You have to be your own person.
There's this book I read, you guys, There's this book I read. It's the same title. It's called the subtitle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It's realizing that everybody cares at one point. I even care. Everybody cares. The thing is that people care way too much, right? And what it does, it just fucks you up. You think about is that sometimes you even let people's opinions control you, live by you. You know what I mean? People care too much. So what you got to do, you can't stop caring, because if you don't care, you're not gonna wear clothes when you walk out the house. So you basically care what people think. Everybody cares what people think. Because people care way too much. When you get to a point where I'm at, that you just don't give a fuck and you're just doing you, over time, you start to care less about things. Why was I even caring in the first place? You know what I mean? Over time, you start to care less, bro. You start to live your life and you just stop giving a fuck.
You always have to be you. Like, a lot of people will start to compare themselves to other people, and that's never the right way to move. And when you're young, you start to get offended. You be like,
you care too much, you care.
Yeah, you start to get emotional. You start to think too much. Be like, oh. But in your life, you're really not. You're kind of struggling, like in a struggle right now that nobody else is in. How could they know exactly what you're going through? They're just gonna talk off of what they see. From your life, your point of view in life, you can't compare that to other people. I think that's what a lot of people get messed up, because you can't be comparing lives, because you never know what anyone could be going through in their life. And if you start to care more, you're really just gonna overthink. It's gonna lead you to overthinking. It's gonna lead you to stressing. It's gonna lead you to a lot of other things that you don't want to think about.
Some people live based on others. It's a fucked up world we live in, bro. I want you guys to know this, that when you don't give a fuck, even if you act like you don't give a fuck, you still give a fuck. Because it all comes down to the mind. I don't care what people think. You do. You're fucking saying it. You gotta show that you don't care what they think, right? When you walk in a room, you gotta act like you don't give a fuck. Why? Because you don't give a fuck. It's that simple. You gotta act like that person. Deep down, you gotta know you're that person. If you don't even know who you are, bro, you gotta figure out who you are, bro. And you gotta stop living based on people's opinions. Even if people say they don't care, they do care at the end of the day, because they're saying it. You gotta show. I'm saying, deep down, we all care. People just care too much. That's it. You gotta care less. Stay in your own circle. Be your own person, like they said. Be your own person. Stay in your own circle. Just don't care a lot. Care less. And trust me, when you care less, you get to a point where you just don't give a fuck. It's a lesson that it teaches you. Fuck everything. I'm on my own shit. I'm doing my own thing. And that's what it really comes down to, Know who you are as a person and just living it and just showing it and just not caring, you know what I mean?
Like, a lot of people do not know who they are and want to act as if they're someone higher. They're someone that they're literally not. They're basing themselves on people on the internet. They're basing themselves on people they see all across the globe, all across the net, all across whoever they see in person. No, deep down, they know that's not who they really are. Deep down, they know that's not who they're supposed to be. If someone did you wrong, bro, literally just ignore them. Don't talk to them. Don't even be in their presence, to even talk to them, to even show up. Because at the end of the day, they never even showed you any type of treatment that you treated them with.
You know, once you figure your own route, your own person, who you are, that's when you start. That's when you stop giving a fuck. Because you know why you're here. You know what's your mission. You know what's your goal. You know what you're doing. So figure out. Most people these days don't even know who they are themselves. People don't see you for who you are. Why, Nate? Because they don't even know their own self.
Yeah.
Mainly just focus on figuring out your route, bro. And once you figure out whatever it is in life you want to do, and just do it. The first episode. Yeah. Once you figure it out, bro, stop giving a fuck, and that everything's gonna flow. I'm telling you right now, this is a topic most people think they know, but they don't know, bro. It's so simple. When you stop giving a fuck, when you know who you are, simple as that. When you stop giving a fuck, it changes everything in your life. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you move, everything. And that all comes down to knowing who you are as a person deep down. And once you figure that out, you're gonna cut everything from your life that's bringing you down, and you start seeing good things in life that are coming to you. You know what I mean? Good positive vibes. And it's just find out who you are, man. And over time, you start to care less. In the first place, you got to realize, why do I even care? You know what I mean? Over time, you stop giving a fuck. You start to care less, and you just be in your own path, your own road. You start doing you, bro.
Nah, they don't really see what others people feel internally. Because everything, what you really have to know is that everything is internal. It's not external. It's internal. It's in you. You can't just see the outside of them. You got to see the inside. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand, because everybody goes through something, but you're not only just a friend, you're family to them. A lot of people get over their head because a lot of people just want to have fun all the time, just joke around. But sometimes when jokes get a little too unfunny, it's sometimes you gotta be serious with them. You gotta be straightforward, because a lot of people just not. From my point of view, I feel like a lot of people nowadays are just not straightforward.
People are not honest. They're not true. They're not straightforward. They know they're fucked up and they're comfortable. They do something else. They be on their phone 24/7. People don't be straightforward these days, bro. That's why they're lacking on self-esteem. They're lacking on your health, on whatever it is. People that are not straightforward is because they can't handle the truth, bro. This is facts. This is main key, bro. Once you have that conversation with yourself and you realize who you are and what you want to do in life, whatever it is, that's when you stop. You stop caring less. You stop giving a fuck, and you're using your own lane. You're doing your own thing, and that's the main goal. You know what I mean? Living a life that's peace. You know, I'll say this from experience. Like, once you stop caring less, bro, it's the most amazing thing, bro. You stop giving a fuck. You can't even control. People are just programmed to care.
Yeah, they care too much. It's
just the way it is, bro. So it's like over time, like I said, over time you start to care less. You just gotta talk to yourself. You gotta be straightforward with yourself. You gotta have the tough conversation with yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta speak the truth, and then you realize, oh shit, you know what I mean? Where am I? Once you start talking to yourself, finding out who you are as a person, that's when you stop caring, bro. You realize you got a bigger goal, a bigger purpose than somebody else's opinions, whatever it is, man. It really is that simple, bro. Over time, you start to care less, and once you figure out who you are, man, so this is the most amazing thing ever. But you find peace for yourself. Yeah. You start to live a good life, guys. So please, ladies and gentlemen, once this video ends, I want you guys to just think. Even though you might not care what people think, but just deep down, just think. It could even be your family members. It could even be your closest friends. Sometimes you might not even know that you care. So that's why you gotta have this tough conversations with yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you realize the truth. You know what I mean? So mainly, bro, just figure out who you are, man. Just have them tough conversations, and just you'll be at peace, live a good life, man. And just mainly, bro, hey, man, just you will stop giving a fuck, man. So ladies and gentlemen, man, that is how you stop giving a fuck. The art of not giving a fuck is so amazing, man.
Just really talk to yourself and be like, what do I really need to stop caring about? Mm-hmm. Who are the people I need to get rid of in my life? Yeah, and at the end of the day, you'll find out. All right, guys. Thank you for watching this podcast, guys. This is episode 2, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah. Do your own thing, man. You'll be great at life, man. Hey, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate anybody watching, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your host, Jonas.
Your host, Nate, man. I hope y'all have a good night. Stay blessed.